Lane 5. The chlorine stung Kai's eyes long before he hit the water. At 28, he was the youngest finalist in the National Masters 200 meters freestyle, but he wasn't here to be youngest. He was here to win. And that meant beating Mateo Reyes. Mateo, 34, was a legend. Retired from the Olympic circuit a decade ago, now dominating the 30 to 34 age group like it owed him money. Broad-shouldered, with a swimmer's V-taper and a gaze that could cut through lap lanes, he moved through the water like it was part of his body. Kai had watched his races obsessively since college, admiring, envying, wanting. Their rivalry was polite in interviews. He's a fierce competitor, Mateo would say, voice smooth as deep water but electric in the pool. Every time they were seated next to each other, Kai in lane 4, Mateo in lane 5, the tension crackled like static before a storm. It all came to a head after the semifinals. Kai had shaved milliseconds off his personal best, but Mateo still touched the wall half a second ahead. Frustrated, Kai stayed late, doing punishing laps under the dimmed arena lights, the echoes of his strokes bouncing off empty bleachers. He didn't hear Mateo enter. "You're over-rotating your shoulders," a low voice said from the deck. Kai surfaced, gasping, water streaming down his face. Mateo stood at the edge, arms crossed, wearing only black swim trunks that clung to powerful hips. His skin glistened under the overhead lights, not from sweat, but from having just finished his own solo session. "Maybe I like wasting energy," Kai shot back, treading water. Mateo crouched, his biceps flexing. "You don't strike me as someone who wastes anything." Their eyes locked, the air between them thickened. Then Mateo stripped off his towel and dove in, silent, clean, perfect. He surfaced right in front of Kai, close enough that their chests nearly brushed. Water droplets clung to the dark hair on his chest, trailing down abs carved by years of discipline. "Show me your turn," Mateo said, voice rough. Kai demonstrated. Mateo watched, then moved behind him, hands sliding over Kai's waist to adjust his hips. Like this. His touch burned through the water. Tighter streamline, faster push. Kai's breath hitched. It wasn't coaching, it was claiming. Later, in the deserted locker room, steam still rising from their bodies, Kai found Mateo leaning against the tiled wall, drying his hair. "Why'd you really come back tonight?" Kai asked, voice barely above a whisper. Mateo dropped the towel. "Because I couldn't stop thinking about you trying to beat me." He stepped closer. "And because I wanted to see if you taste like chlorine." The next day, they raced. Kai touched the wall first by 0.12 seconds. At the medal ceremony, gold around his neck, he caught Mateo's eye in the crowd. Mateo gave him a slow, knowing smile, and licked his lips. No words needed. Lane 5 would always be theirs.